What is going on, my lovely ladies and gentlemen? You see where we at? You would have already also seen the thumbnail. You would have also already seen the title of the video. Now you see officially that we are indeed, we're branching out to the 3D world. I actually really, Tekken 7, I'm not sure where I stand on it yet. We'll see how it goes when I start like actually playing people. There's a lot to learn. There's going to be a shit ton to learn. Like, I've never really taken an actual 3D fighting game seriously. The last one I played, I think, was Soul Calibur 2. Because I didn't get to play 3, because I believe that was the PlayStation 3 exclusive one. And then I just never got into 4 for whatever reason. But anyway, so back then, like, in the Soul Calibur 2 days, and I think I played, I can't remember if it was Dead or Alive 3 or 2 that I played, but one of those. That was before I actually started learning fighting games for real. I didn't know, I didn't know anything about frame data. I barely knew combos, all the, motion, notation stuff. Didn't know any of it. I was very ignorant in regard to just fighting games in general. So, I don't really, understand 3D fighting games, and let me fucking tell you. The notation Tekken uses, let me actually go over real quick, because Cheers to Moon, you beautiful bastard, linked me a post by somebody, a compilation of the top 15 moves for every character in the game. Like, you might have too large of a move list if you can compile a top 15 of every single one. Let me actually pick my dude. If you can pick a top 15 moves for every single character in the cast, you got too many fucking moves, man. But nonetheless, I'm not actually going to go through Yoshimitsu. I think Yoshimitsu is my end game. Once I actually understand how to play this game, and if I have confirmed that I enjoy playing this game, then I might play this dude. Like, he has such a diverse amount of options. He has a huge amount of things he can do. I think he has like 4 or 5 different stances that he can transition between, depending upon what you're doing. Like, the options are endless, and I love that in a character. But just look at this, right? So you can see the entire move list. 167. Fuck, I mean, granted, these don't really count, because every single character, I believe, has 5 combos like that. So you have sample combo 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just so you can kind of get a gist of the characters and what they're capable of, and all that stuff, and it's just 167 fucking moves. Oh boy! Now granted, a lot of that is just because, again, he has a bunch of different stances, and so he has moves that are specific to those stances, so you probably have around like 30 of those moves, I would say, are because of those stances. Who is somebody that I kind of want to go through and check real quick some characters that I haven't looked at and just see. I wonder if you can check between the move list of the character that you actually chose and the CPU character that you're beating the shit out of. Because most games that I'm aware of allow you to do that. So that would be cool if I could just check 2 at a time to see how many. I think there was one, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but I think there was one character that had more moves than Yoshimitsu that I've seen so far. But again, I can't remember who it was. So let's see, can I? I don't think it's... So he has 131. But I don't think, it doesn't look like there's anyone. Let me change. Nope. Nope. I actually feel like some of this was kind of designed for a pad, because there's a bunch of things that you can do here on pad, or like, anyway, it seems like it's easier to do on pad in terms of just menu navigation and stuff like that. But it doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like I can go through. That's a shame. Alright, I'm not going to do... If the loading times were less, if it didn't take as long to transition between the menus and into the actual game itself, I would like to go through and actually just see everybody's move list and see who has the most moves in the game. But for now, I'm going to try to pick one of the characters. So right now, I think I'm going to use Katarina. I believe she's my girl. And, because she seems decently simple to use while also being fairly strong. Oh, actually, let me check this out while I talk about that. I think it might have been Feng who had a shit ton of moves as well. Because he's another character I'm interested in. Feng, Jen. I don't fuck. I never know how you're supposed to pronounce the I. Brian, Claudio, I can't remember who it was. Is it Eddie? I don't think it's Eddie. I don't know. I'll go through real quick and we'll talk about the characters that I'm actually interested in using. Nope, he only has 100. Was not him. Whatever. Anyway, I think I'll go through Claudio's move list. So initially I was very disappointed because this game does not... I mean, number one, I am still disappointed this game has no tutorial mode because there's so much to know about Tekken. Like, I mean, like I said, I actually haven't gone through and done what I wanted to do. So, they have two... So this post... I'll go ahead and put it in the description box that Cheers linked to me. Thank you very much for that. But they have a glossary of all the different terminology that they use. So like just shortened anagram, you know, whatever. Just tons of shit. Like there's probably there's got to be at least 200 terms here, if not more. It's a very large glossary. There's a lot of them. Now, granted, some of them are character specific. So, like, right here, right in front of my face, Albatross Spin, a move by Steve. And they have a shortened version of it called ALB. So there's a bunch of stuff like that. But, like, if you go into... So there's two different terminology links that they have. And so the first one links to, like, just an alphabetized list where you just see everything. And then the other one, the first one that's actually linked... starts out with telling you everything that's like that isn't character specific, just stuff that you need to know. So like you have the obvious stuff. You have buttons, you have directions. So unfortunately they're like Mortal Kombat where they refer to their buttons as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So obviously you can't use number notation in conjunction with that because how the fuck are you... I mean, I guess you can kind of just... You could separate it in a way that would make sense, but it would still be like really ugly to try and read if you're like, oh yeah, you want to do 6, 2, 3 plus 3, 4. Like, wait, I'm sorry, what now? So they use like 4, they use F, D, B, up, or not up, U, D, F, D, B, U, F, stuff like that. But then they have notations for FC. That's when you're fully crouching. Because there's a difference in Tekken between doing down plus a button and actually being in the crouch animation plus a button. Not the same thing. Joystick in neutral, while running, while standing up, sidestep either way, sidestep to the left, sidestep to the right. You have play dead position, knockdown position, slide position, face down position, your back to the opponent, face forward towards the opponent, force opponents back to face you, force opponent into crouch. Like, that's like the first 15% of the entire list of notation shit that they have. I don't know. When I looked at this list of the top 15 moves, I didn't even know what 90% of it was saying to me. Tekken, please. Calm your shit. Like, good golly. Does she have a default? She doesn't. That's a damn shame. If she didn't have a default, if she had a default costume that was not the wedding dress, I might try her out, but I'm assuming I have to unlock that shit. Who was it? Oh, it was Eddie. I think I'm interested. Maybe I'll try out Eddie. We'll see what his looks like. Oh, King's move list was enormous because he has like 70 different throw chains that he can do. So I think I'm gonna do maybe either Claudio or Eddie. Maybe Eddie. Brian's another one I think I already mentioned that. There really are, like, I'm really not interested in any of the females. I got no waifus. Katarina's it, man. Like, all the rest of them look like preteen girls, and that's not my jam. Let's try out Eddie. Because I haven't seen a whole lot of that dude. Granted, I haven't really seen a whole lot of Tekken in general. I need to start paying more attention to it so I can try and learn it as well as I possibly can. But, like, so for instance, Team Spooky started posting some Tekken 7 tournaments. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm trying to get into this. Let me check this out. Let me see if anybody's playing any characters that I'm interested in. And so there was one dude who was playing Brian who immediately got his ass handed to him in, like, the worst way possible. Now, granted, I think it was by the person that actually wound up winning the tournament. Like, I believe is considered, one of the best Tekken players in the world. But still. Used Brian, got fucked up. Alright, so let's see. What's your move list? If he's got over... Fuck that! Nope. We're not using Eddie. Because what I want to do is go through an entire, so like I was mentioning before, it's a shame that they don't have a tutorial mode. I don't even know how to properly Tekken this game. Like, I'm pretty sure there's about 8 different ways you can Tekken. I don't know how to control it yet. I'm just, whenever I feel like I do the same thing multiple times, and I get different results. Like, sometimes I roll, sometimes I neutral tech. I don't, like, obviously, I believe the rolls are punishable if the person calls them out, whereas neutral techs aren't. I'm not 100% sure, but that's generally consistent with all fighting games that have different teching. Like, for instance, BlazBlue has the same exact thing. If you roll, it's punishable, but if you just do a regular neutral tech, you can't be punished for that. But I know Claudio only has like 60-something. Maybe it goes into the 70s. 62. So he should be pretty damn easy to go through all this with. But yeah, so like I was initially disappointed that, oh man, they don't have an actual, they don't have a trial mode in this game. You know, like they don't have anything that's going to really teach me these characters. But if you look at the bottom display in game, you can just do that. So you know what you're supposed to do. Unfortunately, one thing that I wish they would do is if, like, for instance, this is obviously requiring me to use, what? This is requiring me to use a rage art, right? So I would like it if the game was intelligent enough to recognize that I need rage during this, and thus... Oops, wrong button. Did I not get the dab? Maybe I have to wait. No? Show me. What am I fucking up here? Maybe I'll just mash it out. Didn't even work when I was mashing it out. Oh, okay, so I have to do it mad. Like, I have to do it before. That's another problem that I have with this game so far, and it sucks because it's the exact same problem I have with NRS games. Where, like, you're not really linking... I mean, there are some, like, juggles, for instance. A lot of those wind up being links. But when you have a natural chain, you basically just mash out the buttons. And so, like, you're basically hitting buttons 3 moves ahead of where you actually are. I hate that. It feels so wrong. Just not a fan. But see, like, you know, I'm basically just double tapping that. Like, I'm not even... Actually, I'm pretty sure... Well, no, most characters have a move specifically for hitting both buttons at once. Let me actually turn on... Not that, we want display settings. Let me turn on my command history. Just so we can see that. So if I am fucking anything up horribly bad... Let's get out of the wall. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like... Oh, the wall hit. I thought wall hits added damage to the moves, but it looks like it doesn't. It gives you more combo potential. You can juggle off of that, but I thought it added more damage when you slam somebody into the wall. Let me check and see, because I'm actually not sure. I'm not going to need rage again for a while anyway. Okay, so rage does add a little bit of damage. It looks like 10%, because I think it was doing 52. So like 10% rounded down, maybe. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I like that, but you do have to autocorrect yourself. But this is my big, like, right now, I'm literally, whenever I'm doing any kind of a combo in any way, shape, or form, I am just mashing the shit out of buttons. I'm not even trying to do it, like, well or properly. Oops. So this is Claudio. I guess this whole Starburst thing is kind of like a power-up, or I don't really know if I can call it a power-up. It gives him access to certain moves. Oh, also another thing, in case you are unaware. So you see how it's showing you, like, oh, that hit middle. I think this one will hit high. This one should hit low. So lows interact as you would expect. You have to block them crouching. However, highs and mids are mixed up in my head. Because in general, in most fighting games, you consider a mid something that's like, you can block it either crouching or standing. But in Tekken, a mid is something that will hit a person that is crouch blocking, and you have to block it standing. And a high will just straight up whiff on a character that's crouching. So it's a little weird, like mids are basically overheads in this game, and it was very confusing. when I was playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken, because people were referring to Tekken characters' moves as mids when they were overheads. I'm like, why? But that's not a mid hit. Like, it's hitting high. What are you talking about, mid? Is that a launcher? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. It looks like it kind of sends them too far away to do anything with. Maybe we can do something with that. Ooh, that cannot be his dashing move. Yeah, that's his regular jab. Like, do a fucking... Does he not have one? So I'm getting him for the rest. Maybe we can do it off of that. Oops. Nope. Get nothing. Get nothing. Fuck it. So that's actually probably really good. I wish... One thing that I hate is that you can't... So you can actually get a run in this game. But unfortunately, if you're right in somebody's face, it won't let you run, and I fucking hate it. Because if you want to try and move somebody to the corner, good goddamn luck. Okay, cool. So that does wall bound. But mostly, you kind of want to pay attention to moves that, like launchers, things that cause long knockdowns, and then that should allow you to, that should allow you to continue juggles off of them. Oops. Is that right? Is that right? I don't actually know which one was which. Okay, that was right. Oh, but that didn't seem like it required. Oh, I would have thought that would require Stardust, but it doesn't. God damn it, I hate it when it does that. That's a mad, slow overhead. Mid. Ooh, that's a launcher. And you can juggle off of it. That's the big thing about this game, like especially with punishes. It looks like with punishes, you want to figure out what your fastest launcher is to potentially punish people with that kind of stuff. And then you want to know what kind of launchers are potential mix-ups. So like for instance, Katarina, because that's the character I've paid the most amount of attention to, has one launcher that's a low, and she has like 3 different launchers that are mids. So you want to know like that kind of stuff. I mean, she probably has more than that, but just make sure I'm actually doing the right thing. It's another problem about this, and you know the difference with trial mode, where a trial mode will actually tell you, like, oh yeah, you succeeded right there, good job. Whereas with Tekken, I have no fucking clue if I actually did the right thing. Jesus Christ, just show me. So I guess I have to be a certain distance away. Yeah, I guess I have to start running. Yep. So I can't do it when I'm close. It's like this stuff while rising. It's when you're crouching, but then you let go of crouching. It's fucking weird. I wonder if that's a universal launcher for everybody, because that is a launcher for Katarina as well. I don't even know if that's right. I think it was the low, okay. During Star... Oh, shit, how do I get Starburst? There we go, perfect. Interesting, let me actually see that again. Oops. 30 damage, and I use up Starburst? It's weird. It's probably I think most of these chains that you see are generally good for juggles and not much else. Oh, it actually. I wonder if you can combo off of that. Oops, what am I doing? Looks like you can. Is that it? Yep. Oh, so it's a 2-hit move. The first hit's a mid, the second hit's unblockable. I wonder how you deal with that then. Like if you force somebody to block, because it does look like they recover. Well, they don't recover in between. So how about like when they're blocking? I want to see how this works when they're blocking. How do I make the character? I don't know how to make the character block. Okay, cool. Shit. I'm screwed! I wonder how that works. I mean, I have to assume it's not completely guaranteed, because that seems kind of cheap if it is. Well, I mean, it does use up Starburst. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Guess we'll just have to find out. Trial by fire. What am I trying to do? You can totally follow that up. Yep, that's a strong move. It's the stuff that I should be writing down. Nope, hit the wrong button. God damn it. Oh, fuck it. We'll just watch this. I don't really understand why, like... So every single character has one of these. And I don't get why you wouldn't just... Because, I mean, look, it starts really fast, right? It looks like a pretty solid punish combo. And I just did almost half his health when I'm watching his health bar. About 60%. Like, why would you not just learn this? I mean, obviously you want to learn juggles, you want to learn other kinds of punishes that include mix-up and stuff like that. But why would this not be your main go-to combo? Because most characters don't have higher damage potential than these 10-hit combos that I see. But from what I have seen... Oh, these are just throws. From what I have seen, there's not a lot of... People don't really use those? And it confuses me? That puts me in knockdown. Approach from left side. I cannot figure out these throws for the fucking life of me. So we're just gonna watch these. That wasn't it at all. That was his normal throw. Oh, never mind. That was right. Okay. Alright, okay. Now we get to the combos. Simple and easy. I like it. I didn't mean to do that. Oops, not down. Huh? Oh, I hit the wrong button. No problem. Wonder if that's gonna fuck up the combo. Nope, didn't. Oh, wrong button again. One of these days, I'll actually hit the right button on the first try. Yeah, simple and easy. I dig it. Although that didn't actually combo, but whatever. Oops. Interesting. Oh. It's fucking with my head, because, like, I'm pretty sure... So, the top right is just, like, right punch or something like that, and the bottom left is, like, left kick. But they're the same fucking color, and so my mind is like, blue, blue. Hit this button, because this is associated with blue. There we go, that makes a lot more sense. And then we do... Show me! So it looks like you can only juggle somebody once. Because that's the chain that with Starburst does cause a ground bounce, but obviously it doesn't. If you've already caused one. Or you've caused some kind of juggle, I don't know. So I think I'm actually doing the, yeah, I think I'm doing that late. Doing both of them late. Shit! Easy. Not easy. What's timing? No problem. No problem. Oops. Those kind of juggles just make no sense in my head. It's just weird. So yeah, I want to get a bit of a dash in there first. It's kind of funny that mashing the combos out is actually more, or not necessarily mashing, but like kind of just double tapping a little bit. I guess like quadruple tap right there, but whatever. Then what do I want to do? I want to do back that, forward that. Ah, Jesus. Ah, Jesus. Oops. That actually, see, like, it blows my mind that like, you feel like I should be doing it faster than that, right? Like, they hit the ground, they lie there for a bit. It doesn't feel like it should work, but it does. There. My dashing problems persist. Doesn't matter what game. Fuck! God damn, what do I want to... Ugh. Too many commands! Oops. At least I have that timing nailed down now. We'll get to the second move, or the third move eventually. God damn it, I keep landing that and then I completely blank on what I'm supposed to do next. Oops, okay, don't mash that. I mean, that kind of works, because it does give me Starburst, which is kind of nice. I'm not sure how important that actually is to his game plan, god damn it! Let's stop mashing that. That was actually, I don't know why, but for some reason I didn't think that was right. No, I was so close. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Ow! Oh my god. So I assume I can't just do, like... Fuck! Pressed the wrong button. So close! Wrong button. If I'm not like see, the problem is I'm trying to just like focus on the actual inputs, and so like not focusing on the actual sprites is screwing up my timing. I was so close! I just want to get it once. One try out of 100 is fine with me. No! Okay, yeah, I definitely can't match that. Bad idea. Oops. I can't believe that didn't work. What's the speed that I have to do that, like, 5th move on? Alright, I think I am doing that move a bit too late. Fuck me. I should probably just start mashing that last chain just to see which part I'm doing late. Because if I can't mash it out, then I'm probably... then it's the previous move that's the problem. Now I've completely lost my timing. I didn't mash it out! Oh my god. You would think with my, experience with anime games, the one thing I'd be good at would be combos, right? But no. I can't do shit. Oh, that didn't even combo at the end there. Yes! Let me do it one more time. Easy. Yeah, once I actually start, if I just like start mashing that end part, easy as hell. It's just when I'm not mashing. Ah, goddamn, I'm gonna have to fix that. All right, let me see what do I do. Counter hit, counter hit, counter hit, counter hit. You want me to do what? Oh, that's not actually that bad. Then what do I have to do? Let's just watch this. Because I didn't set rage either, so fuck it. That is a dumbass looking combo. That's another problem I actually have with fighting games in general. Like, it's not just Tekken that does this. For some reason, whenever you have like a dash cancel in the middle of a combo, they will never notate it. Like, that won't work without that dash right there. The rage art will completely whiff at the end. But for some fucking reason, they're like, nah, they don't need to know that. They'll see it during the example. Yeah, fuck it, let's just watch this one too. I wonder if the rage actually gets used up. Because it doesn't look like it gets used up until you do like that actual dash cancel right there. Which means you can totally confirm that without wasting your rage, which is really strong. Like, that's 71 damage right there. That's a lot of damage. That can potentially be a game ender at the stage of a game when you're going to get rage. Being able to confirm it like that, it's really strong. Alright, so let's go back. How long has it actually been? Oh, it's been 34 minutes. Please tell me that it's just because there's no sound right now. Okay, thank God. There was no bar for the sound coming from the LGP, and I was like, oh shit, please tell me the game sound has not been off this entire goddamn time. But so let's just end it a little bit with Bae. This is my Bae. She's the only one in the game that can be my Bae. I had to take the glasses off though, that's why I have a custom costume. It's the same exact costume as costume number 1, just without the glasses. I hate those fucking glasses. But it definitely seems like combos in this game follow a very strict pattern for characters in general. So it's like you just, because I mean you just saw all of Claudio's, right? So let's just go to Katarina's real quick. God damn it, that's the problem with her. That's my problem with her at the moment. So if you don't wait for long enough, so that's not her actual dash. That's like a command dash that she can do follow-up stuff from. Versus that is a very different move. And so I think the problem is I'm not waiting for her to recover from this for long enough. See right there. Then I just didn't even try to do the follow-up. But this is why her combos are pretty fucking easy. And not very input intensive. The problem is just me actually hitting both buttons at the exact same time to ensure I get the move. So here's the launcher combo, like Claudio had the same exact one. Well, obviously not the same exact one. I love that combo though, like that combo really did that. I feel like that just caused like an extra damage or two at the end with the wall splat. Oops. See, like, I really like it. It caused the damage, so why didn't... fuck it, I don't know anything about Tekken. I don't know anything. Oh, because I'm getting counter hits. Let me actually turn that off. I don't know if that's actually going to screw anything up, but it might. I was wondering why that was, because I know, like, this is actually a really... Oh, never mind. That's the completely wrong move. That's a pretty good move, because it has really solid distance. Pretty decent startup, and you get 38 damage for that. Like, that little tiny thing. That's really good. Oops. Oops. I don't know why I'm doing this again. Like, I just did this with Claudio. Why am I... Like, I have no mastery whatsoever over any characters. I've just been kind of going through them, trying to figure them out. But like I said, you know, characters just kind of tend to have a pretty traditional flow to all their stuff. So it's like, do something that goes into a launcher, do something that knocks them down, and then off of that first knockdown, you can do another follow-up into a final knockdown, and then from there you can run, like, wake-up, mix-up, or whatever. And then you also have the... oops, that was the wrong direction. Then you have the rage combos, which is basically more or less the same thing. Oops. But it does seem like there's a lot. So, like, one thing you actually kind of want to test, or I mean, I'm sure you can probably just look it up. But a lot of the chains in this game, because counter hits don't only affect the property of the first move. It will, like, if something is part of a chain, that counter hit will affect the entire chain. So there are characters that have, like, 2 or 3 hit chains where the first hit isn't really affected by a counter hit, but one of the other hits, like either the middle one or the end one, will cause a launcher, it'll cause a hard knockdown that you can follow up with, that kind of stuff. So, like, that's a lot of stuff to learn. For every single character, you gotta learn these chains so you know when a mid is coming, when a low might be coming, like... That's a shit ton to learn. Like 100 plus moves on average for characters in this game. That's crazy. Let me just go check out. As I said, I believe King has the largest move list that I've seen so far. But again, that's because he has like 30 different throw chains or some shit. I wish the load times weren't as long as they are. It'd make life a lot better. But one of these days, I am going to actually sit down and just grind out combos with Katarina so I can memorize them. Because there's actually an achievement for landing 50,000 damage in training mode. And you definitely have to do it all at once. Because cumulative, I have definitely landed more than 50,000 damage. But I haven't done it in one single session. Oh, 184. Not quite as big as I thought it was. But still more than Yoshimitsu. So yeah. Characters in this game got a lot of fucking moves. There's a lot to learn, a lot to figure out. And, pretty soon we're going to be eating some ass beatings while we do. So look forward to that. I'm not.